Hello, welcome to Cat's Love. Today I'm talking about the greatest possible achievement a cat can achieve, at least apart from catching a mouse. Because we all know that's the number one thing a cat would want to achieve. Today we're talking about the famous, the unique, the record breakers and holders. Let's start with our first world record cat, the newest cat breed, which officially goes to the Selkirk Rex. Now this was in 2013 and there has been a lot of newer cat breeds that have been discovered, rather that be two cat breeds combined to make one or a whole new one from a genetic mutation. Now this was in 2013, at least from what their website says, so either there hasn't been a whole new, completely brand new cat breed since 2013, or they just haven't updated it, or it might just be retired. Either way, the technical newest cat breed, at least in terms of like TISA recognized and stuff like that, is the Highlander, which was recognized earlier this year. So technically, this isn't a world record. But anyway, the next world record cat is famous for its length. The longest domestic cat is Stuart Gilligan, who was 123 centimeters long, or about 4 feet long, or 48 inches. Verified in Reno, Texas, he was a Maine Coon, and his owners were Robin Hendrickson and Eric Bransness. And I am using past tense because he sadly passed away in 2013. He held the record until 2015 when a new cat took the place, named Ludo, and was dethroned by another cat named Baravel in 2018. Which I'm guessing Baravel is the newest world record holder and current holder. Ludo was 46.6 inches long, and Baravel dethroned Ludo by not even an inch, 0.6 inches in fact, or 1.7 centimeters longer than Ludo's length. And since overall size is usually measured by length, Baravel is technically the world's largest cat breed. And since overall size is usually characterized by just overall length, that means that Baravel is technically the world record holder for the largest domestic cat. Baravel is a Maine Coon from Italy. Maine Coon cats are known for their size, them being gentle giants. I mean, let's cover another record here. The Maine Coon is the world's largest domestic cat breed as of 2025. So that was overall size, but what about height? Who holds the record for being the tallest domestic cat? Well, that title goes to a Savannah cat named Fenrir from Farmington Hills, Michigan, who stands at 18 inches tall. He's the current living holder. The overall tallest is Fenrir's brother, Arcturus. I hope I pronounced that right. Arcturus. Maybe. Who sadly passed away in 2017, but is still the technical record holder, as nobody has really beaten his height yet. Now, the world's oldest cat is a topic we've actually covered before, and apparently a controversial one when it comes to the diet. The overall oldest is a cat named Cream Puff. The current living oldest is a cat named Flossie. Cream Puff, who lived for 38 years, was born in Austin, Texas in 1967 and lived till 2005. Also, Cream Puff's owner, Jake Perry, had another cat named Uncle Rex Allen Jr. I don't know if I butchered that name or not, here's the name, who lived for 34 years. Jake claimed it was the diet, which I have covered in at least 3 different videos so far. I'm not going to get into it now, but it is a very weird diet. It's still weird. Even if that diet is false, it's still weird how they both lived for 3 decades. Flossie is currently 29 and is the world's currently living oldest cat. You should watch them in order from top to bottom. This one is Cat's Love Plus video to see me go crazy over cat diets and red wine. Anyway, let's move on to the cat with the longest whiskers, which belongs to a Maine Coon cat from Vesey, Finland, named Missy. Her whiskers were 19 centimeters long, or about 7 inches, or about as long as a usual banana. Now, cats are known for being very fluffy and furry and soft, but who is the world who has the fluffiest hair? Who has the longest hair? The cat with the longest fur would be Colonel Meow, who we talked about in a previous video, but a new record holder actually took that a little while ago, actually. The newest record holder is a cat named Sophie, whose fur is 10 inches long. Now let's talk about a more controversial record, the world's heaviest cat. The last recognized heaviest cat was in 1986 and was named Hemi, who was an Australian tabby, who was 46 pounds, or 21.3 kilograms, or 736 ounces. Now, this record has been discontinued and they are no longer accepting contenders for it, only due to the fact that overfeeding your cat is technically animal abuse, so they didn't want people purposely feeding their cats a lot and making them super obese just for a world record. Let's speed run 2 quick records real fast. The cat with the world's loudest meow goes to a cat named Yum Yum, who is a Devon Rex, whose meow was 80.7 decibels. That's almost as loud as a vacuum cleaner. Not them little quiet ones either, like a loud one. The cat with the loudest purr goes to Bella, whose purr was 54.6 decibels, which is about as loud as a moderate rain shower. So, who has the longest jump? Well, that would be a cat who was actually verified in February of this year, 2025. A rescue cat from Dallas, Texas named Oscar. He jumped 8 feet and 5 inches, or 2.58 meters. When Oscar was taken in, he was a 7-year-old rescue cat who was given a 50-50 chance to live, and now here he is, claiming world records. So we talked about the longest, the largest, the tallest, but what about the smallest? Well, teacup cats do exist, and just overall dwarfism isn't too rare in cats. There's a cat named Mr. Peebles that's publicly recognized to be the world's smallest cat, who's only 6 inches tall, and weighed only 3 pounds. But Guinness actually has a recognized world's smallest cat, named Tinker Toy, who was only 7 centimeters, 2.75 inches tall, and 19 centimeters, or 7.5 inches long, when full grown. Tinker Toy sadly passed away in 1997, though. So we've talked about the big, the small, but I want to talk more about the long. Who has the longest tail? Well, that would belong to, let's take a guess, actually. Almost every single cat so far that has contended for a world record has been a Maine Coon. So, I want to see what you guys think. Let's play a little guessing game. I'll let you take a guess. Will this next world record cat be A, a Maine Coon, B, a Siamese, or C, a Savannah? Yep, it's a Maine Coon. Mr. Pugsley Adams, wrong Pugsley, there we go. Mr. Pugsley Adams is a Maine Coon from Minnesota, has a tail that's 18.5 inches long. The length of a usual sushi platter. So we've talked primarily on physical achievements, but what about social media achievements? The world's most famous online cats. Let's do a quick list. The cat with the most YouTube subscribers, as of the day I'm recording this, is Dexky the cat. The barking cat. The cat with the most YouTube views is a Japanese cat named Puff. Nala the cat is the world's most famous cat on Instagram. Simon's Cat, the animation channel, is also one of the most famous. Also, Colonel Meow is very famous on Facebook. I think he might be the most famous on Facebook, or at least he was for a little while. Now let's talk about a weird one. The cat with the largest litter of kittens. Tara Wood, a cat from the UK, who was a Burmese-Siamese mix, gave birth to a litter of 19 kittens. 4 were stillborn, but 15 of the kittens survived. Usually, cats will have an average of 4 to 8 kittens in a litter, and this cat had 19. 19 is definitely a record. This was in 1970, so I'm guessing no other cat has had a litter that big since then. Now let's talk about wealth. Moolah, the richest cat, which would technically be Nala the cat, who is worth $100 million. But I would like to shed some light on the cat who inherited about $12 million when their owner passed away. I'll actually talk more on this cat in a video after the paranormal investigation, so the week after the 11th, sometime in there. Now let's talk about one final topic. The world's first ever cat to be named. We're going back to ancient Egypt. Around 1479 BC, who was Nejem, meaning pleasant or sweet, dated in Thutmose III's reign of ancient Egypt. Now, this video is already pretty long, and I haven't even covered all of it. There is still much more about cats and world records and stuff like that, so I might do a part 2. That would be in the future though. This video took longer due to the fact that the script for this video is the usual length of the usual cat breed profile, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is a longer one. Anyways, these were the cats who were officially amazing. This has been Cats Love. I'll see you next time.
It's a weird one today, ain't it? It's a weird little video we got going.